Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a video about Last of Us 2. Sorry it took me so long for this. I took a little bit of a break after I finished the game and I kind of wanted to collect my full opinions and thoughts about this game, as this is probably one sort of franchise I really do love, and I had to sit back and kind of consider it from all points of views and to kind of give it a fair review. So here it is. I beat the game right here. See this trophy. Realistically, platinum shouldn't take me much longer to get. I'm just not gonna do a platinum video about it. There's a lot of resources there on the internet, and to be quite honest, it's not that hard, especially with the accessibility options in the game, which I love, by the way, but not necessarily needed. It's not very hard. You are required a minimum of 1.5 playthroughs in order to get all the trophies. Everything is there's nothing missable technically. You can go back, especially with the chapter selects. Very handy, and there's plenty of people that will have many guides on how to do that and just cheating wasting some of the trophies. But once again, that's that and that. We're gonna that's then and there. We're gonna talk about my review of the game. So a little bit of a backstory. I have played the first game, and if I were to basically just say should people buy this game, if you love the first game, you're gonna hate the story for the second game. I would very much suggest wait till you get a discount on it. If you've never played Last of Us 1 and you want to jump into Last of Us 2, I would say definitely get the game. It's definitely worth it. For the most part, the story comes down to realistically 3 points people talk about all the time is story, gameplay, and graphics. I want to go quite honest with you guys. I don't give a shit about the graphics. The graphics look exactly the same. Everyone telling me the world looks beautiful. To me, it just looks like a game. There's nothing that makes it outstanding. So we're getting graphics out of the way. So we want to talk about gameplay. And most people here do criticize that the game is pretty much an improvement of Last of Us 1. And I don't see that as any sort of criticism or a downgrade. I love the gameplay of Last of Us 1. If since Last of Us 2 is just pretty much an upgrade to that system, I'm completely happy with that. It's good. The gameplay is definitely good. It is much more action oriented compared to the first game where you could stealth through a lot of the parts. This game, you do actually kind of have to engage and then out the enemies in order to progress in a lot of the sections in the game. And there are definitely some more set piece shooting moments in the game, especially towards the end, especially in spoilers, Abby sections of the game. And to be quite honest with you guys, I enjoyed Abby's parts more. I did like a little bit more of the action parts of this game. And I feel what really bogged down the game, which we're going to get into now, is the story. And once again, this is going to be huge spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen it. I suggest backing out now. We're talking about spoilers here. There are basically two sides to the story. It's about a story about revenge, because in the first hour of the game, Joe dies. I don't agree with how Naughty Dog handled how he died. I do understand that they needed a driving point to the story. I don't mind Joe dying. I really don't mind him dying at all. It's just how they handled the situation. It just so bizarre. It didn't feel like the Naughty Dog I knew when they did the first game. So the whole story goes about how Joe's actions in the first game have caused revenge and how it's causing revenge, the feelings of revenge from Ellie for Ellie. So Ellie basically goes on a revenge quest against Abby, who killed Joe. And honestly, you see both sides of the story, and I see what they're kind of getting at. But realistically speaking, if this is a game to your fans, which you say it is, you need to cater to those fans. You need to say fuck Abby. It's great to have her side of the story, but there's no need for you to explain the whole thing. Just make it Ellie focused. Make the gameplay about Ellie, everything about Ellie, and how her redemption story. She might die in the end, do something, but make it about Ellie. And that's where it kind of falls flat. There's so many points in the game where it's just like I thought that was the ending of the game. They wanted to go on. They wanted to keep explaining like, what are you guys doing, dude? What are you? This game felt like it went on 10 hours too long. And I played on my clock timer. Well, I shouldn't say 10 hours, maybe 5 hours long. I clocked in at 24 hours before my completion of my game. Honestly, there's probably like 4 hours of needless AFKing in there, so you can take that off. But realistically, there's a part in the game where you go to a certain place that's not Seattle, and it just feels so extra. There's no need for any of that. If you just left it before that part, the game would have been like you would have set up for the third game, made something, but when they added that, it's just so why did you do that kind of thing? And as much as I like the story with Ellie's part, honestly, like I said before, I enjoy Abby's part of the story. It's more action oriented. You get some more characters, you learn the other side. I honestly thought that was great. It has one of the most intense boss battles in the series, which I feared, because I knew something like that was gonna come in this game, and I feared it, dude. Oh my lord, I shitting bricks for that encounter, dude. But overall, the game feels a lot easier because of the tools you're given, especially now you're given. I haven't played on Survivor. I don't plan on playing a Survivor since, once again, there's no need to, in my opinion. Especially in this game, there's no difficulty trophy in this game. So there's really no need to, other than you want to challenge yourself. But the reason I kind of took a break and I'm not immediately going for Platinum like I usually do is, it's a lot to take in, especially with how the story was handled at the end. You can only have your gameplay carry your game so much without having the other tools in the game to back it up. I love the gameplay. It's just when encounters are set up certain ways like they usually are, you get into a rhythm that you never stop in that game. In Last of Us, it's the same thing but with different spaces. For the most part, just cheese all the AI. It's very easy to do if you prep ahead of time. It's very easy to prep ahead of time and just cheese all the fights. Because like I said before, there are very few sections in the game that you can actually stealth through 100% and get to the next area without killing everybody in the area. You really do, in a lot of situations, have to kill every single enemy in order to progress to the next stage. Or you can leave like one alive and you can move on or something. But for the most part, the answer is to kill everything. Unlike in Last of Us 1, where you could skip parts by tactically removing certain enemies out, then going on, or just literally you can avoid everybody and stealth through and just go on with the ability to cause distractions and everything. This game, I just there was no most of the situations you have to fight that through. There's some very easy cheeses strats that I do that I personally I like, but I can understand that it doesn't seem fair. But once again, it's you can change all that with your accessibility stuff. It's not a big deal. For the most part, it's a good game. Do I think it's a masterpiece? 10 out of 10? Not even close. Not even a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Like if I were to give this a score, I would give it an 8. And really, 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 when you drive home a single player story driven game, you need that story correct. There's so many characters in here that you just don't care about. I just don't care about a lot of the characters. Like, yeah, they make some major experiences and they do important things. I just don't feel the connection. And that's not saying I don't like Abby. I don't like Abby because she doesn't look like an amazing character. She's just one tone flat. It's not because she's just transgender or the the Asian kid is like transgender or he's being called like a female. Like, I don't give a crap about that. I don't hate it because of that. I hate it because of the direction the story is going in. I don't want to be playing as Abby. I want to be playing as Ellie with her revenge story. I want that satisfaction of killing Abby, and we didn't get that in this game. We got a love novel that Naughty Dog had no idea what they were freaking doing, and it worries me. It does worry me that when I say those things because the gameplay is solid, but the gameplay does tire on you because of the story, and it just doesn't vary it up enough. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. That's something I have to kind of get off my chest for this review. Sorry if it's kind of like all over the place, but there it is. Until the next one. Peace.